So, Dubai in 2025. One of my favorite topics, that is Dubai. Another one is living there. And another one is predictions, because I always like to give my Panditgiri. And how did this topic come about is I always keep in touch with my few friends and few contacts who are still there, whom we keep in touch once every 2-3 months. We don't, 3-4 months, or once in 6 months, only when it is required. And we share our pleasantries. I ask them, what is your plan? Because being a businessman, you have to plan at least 6 months in advance. So what are you expecting in December? You start in, say, June. So because the year end is coming, they've already planned out what 2025 is going to be, what the situation is going to be, what their targets are. And then I also speak to some people who I know in senior level positions, whom have either been, a coach, or I've offered them my services. So here are how many points? Around 10 predictions for Dubai in 2025, as per these guys. And if you have a different opinion, please feel free to share, because we always are learning from one another. So the first absolute prediction that, almost all of them gave me is Dubai is going to make plenty of more announcements, more projects, more big stuff that is going to come. And it's primarily going to be investments, fintech, AI, a little bit on crypto, not too much, more on AI. They want to ride the AI wave. But one thing remains for certain is the bread and butter is in the construction industry, projects, big announcements, tie-ups. So that is definitely, and also Sheikh Mohammed, he wants to show leadership. So he'll be positioning his sons to do all those big, grandiose announcements. So that is number one. And why? And in a way, this is very good, because Dubai has always lived on hype. It has always lived on big projects and announcements. Whether they deliver or don't deliver, the very fact that when they make an announcement, there's a flood of investments, black money becomes white. People like to buy and sell immediately to make a quick buck. So lots of people will be taking advantage of this. And the tie-ups between India and UAE seem to be getting stronger. So they definitely want to take advantage of the systematically cheaper labor that is available in India. So expect a lot more Indians to be looking out for jobs. Majority will be Indians, rest will be from other parts of the world. They're going to make it hard for Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, and certain other, like Syria, Africa, certain other countries, harder to get visas. They're going to make it very hard because they don't want controversy. They don't want, the risk of terrorism to kind of, or the extremist views to come into the country. Lots of jobs will be announced. Lots of jobs. I'm already, working with some of them, senior level jobs. So if senior level jobs they're working on, then automatically mid-level and junior level jobs will be there. What I feel is, if 100% is the workforce, 80% of them will be in their comfort zone. They'll try their luck. Out of the 80%, say 50% will try their luck. Something happens, okay. Some will be slightly more competitive. There are people who I provided service around 1-2 years ago, or more than that. They're actually getting job offers. They're getting promotional, promotions. They are getting other companies, competitors. So the market seems to be promising. At least things are moving. Senior level jobs will pay very good money. But the question is how competitive you are, what are your contacts and connections, how you market and present yourself, and not doing what was working, say, 3 to 5 years ago. You obviously have to evolve. You have to show a new dynamic side. The focus will be more on getting things done. The focus will be more on increasing the bottom line. The focus will be more on cutting down on overheads, which is obvious. Means, can you help me achieve this target by spending less, and can you do it consistently? And if you can do that and show leadership, I mean, who wouldn't want to take you? They're looking for leaders. They're not just looking for technical guys. Technical guys are a dime a dozen. There'll be plenty. Construction industry will have plenty of people who will be drifting with job losses, but they will take a visa, they will purchase a visa and provide their services. How I know this is because I think last month or so, around 22 or 23 of them I spoke to, engineers working on construction. They're taking their own visa, they're doing it on freelance, and they seem to be earning decent amount of money. Not very big money, but they're pretty happy. Okay, and there is a rise in the number of freelancers and service providers, less of Indians, but more of foreigners. They seem to be enjoying this new lifestyle, tax-free, the sun, the beach, the girls, the nightlife. Yeah, you know, when they are young, you like all these stuff, so they don't bother much about old age. Okay. Number two is bigger salaries, much bigger salaries. Why? Because they know for a fact, if you want talent, you need to pay. So I'm not talking of bigger salaries right throughout the organization. It'll be reserved for, let's say, the 10 or 15% or maximum 20% of the top guys. Okay, below that is the people, let's say upper management. They will give you the bigger salaries. Let's say you're already in UAE, you're already, let's say, at 20,000, for example, $20,000, and you're looking for slightly more. They wouldn't mind shelling out 5%, 10% more. But the question is, fine, I'll give you that. What do you bring on the table? Like, they're not going to ask you those generic questions, especially for the upper management. But if you're talking middle-level management, over there it is a hard sell because there will be quite a number of people. And you'll be very surprised to know that a lot of Europeans, a lot of people from the EU sector, a lot of people from Canada, Australia, the ones who got their passports, they'll be competing for this slice of the pie. So that'll be slightly bit of a challenge to get. So if you're getting, let's say, $10,000 and you want to increase it a bit more, there you'll have to really prove it why. Okay, and high-fi words, big words and all that, it's not going to sell. They would really want to see substance. So that depends how you get it. So bigger salaries are there, better salaries for talent. But if you're a generic guy with, you're a technical guy, technical stuff, you have more experience. So someone with more experience than you asking for the same salary, the question will always be there. Why don't I take the guy with more experience who has ability to handle more pressure? The sad fact here is the ones above the age of 50 plus, they will be forced to take a salary cut, and most of them will end up resigning. They will take their own visa and they'll go the freelance route. They'll take their own free zone visa or set up a company. It's becoming very easy, although it is expensive. Okay. Number three, which is always happening year after year, massive rent increases. There'll be such a demand for apartments, places to stay. The traffic jams will increase like mad. So people will want to get away from this madness. So areas which are favorable or near the workplace, rents will really shoot up at least by 40%. My prediction is 40%. So if you are paying, let's say 100, you'll pay 140. And there are takers. There will also be a lot of people who will buy many apartments or take out many apartments in their name and sublet it secretly. So the person who is taking the rent gets a benefit. The person who is giving out the rent also gets a benefit. That will also be there. But the problem is all this is going to give more stress, more traffic, more pressure, more expenditure, which was, I think I put it as point number 6. Yeah. Okay. Rents are going to increase. Okay, let's focus on that. Which, number 4, makes supermarkets sell more. They'll increase the price. Everything will increase. Raw materials will increase. Restaurant prices, they will be forced to increase if they have to survive because they cannot give everything for cheap. Let's say you are selling a dish at 100 and the ingredients cost was 60. Now if the ingredients cost is 75 for that same dish which was 100, man, you need to make your money somewhere, right? So, and all these deliveries and all that, they're going to start charging you much more because nobody wants to get into traffic, nobody wants to have the headache. And this will also lead to a very unhealthy lifestyle. People will eat sandwiches, they will have takeaways, they will be more on coffee, more on Red Bull, more on caffeine, more on stressful stuff, which you'll see people making more money, business people, but they'll be more stressed out. More hair loss, more weight gain, more blood pressure, more diabetes, which in turn gives more revenue for hospitals, and hospitals will love making money, which in turn will sell more insurance for medical, which in turn will increase the prices of insurance policies, which in turn the government will see, there's a nice slice of the pie. They will make it mandatory for companies to take insurance, which will increase their overheads, which will increase cost of living. Everything goes as per domino effect. So doctors, if you're a doctor, time to make big money. Make sure people are sick and sell them medicines, make them take 200 tests, and the more they're sick, the more money you make. So doctors are going to earn very good money. You're going to see doctors driving very expensive cars, living the life. Well, what to do? This is how life is. Then, number 5, like I told you, when there is a mad rush to sell apartments to maximum number of people, and people who take the apartments and they sell it to many small other people, there'll be more cars because obviously the metro is going to be jam-packed. They cannot handle more than what they currently have. So the population is increasing, but the metro can only take so much. You're going to see the metros jam-packed during peak hours, which in turn is going to result in many people taking taxis. But because that is super expensive, then they'll take rent-a-cars, and because of which many people are going to force themselves to get a license, which in turn will force them to buy more cars. So more cars on the road, and government is going to announce, to make it eco-friendly and less traffic, we are going to introduce more Salik so that you guys can have less traffic. Nothing is going to be less. Toyota is going to, Al-Futtaim is going to keep selling, Altair is going to keep selling. They're going to have more targets, they're going to sell more, they're going to give you better packages, they're going to give you better loans, more debt. So with more cars, more Salik, more parking problems, more parking fines, and overall more targets for the police to give out fines like they're giving peanuts. And so they say no tax, but all this is tax. And then even building owners are going to charge you for parking your car in the building because they also have to make more money. And this in turn is going to lead to more stress for your life, and you're going to be having enough and more on your head. Number 7, this is a new trend that I've seen in the last 1 year. More unknown brands are going to come into the market. You know, big shopping malls, they are actually going to call unknown brands. People who were selling whatever brands that they had, they would buy something from India, buy something from China, put their sticker, OEM, what other equipment manufacturer or something like that? Yeah, clothes, electronics. Why? Because they need to fill the spaces in the shopping mall. Too many shopping malls are there. It's not just Dubai Mall. There are many other malls, and they want good brands to be there. So they are going to approach people and say, listen, we saw your brand in 2-3 shopping malls. We saw your brand in 2-3 places in Karama, Dubai, Jumeirah. Why don't you open up in our shopping mall? We'll give you a very good rate. We'll give you very good benefits. And in shopping malls, people who have money come there. So you're going to see a lot of unknown brands come up. New restaurants, new service providers, new sandwich makers, new juice companies, new gyms. Everyone is going to try something new. Okay, because you have to. Which in turn is going to lead to more events, more exhibitions, more service providers, more food sellers, more stand builders, more CAD, more demand for CAD operators, more demand for designers, more demand for the Filipino market. So there are many people, many new players are going to come. There's going to be a price war. and the pressure will be there to sell, sell, sell. You must sell. Everyone is going to be pressurized with targets. You'll see a lot of youngsters with suits selling properties, selling their products, selling their wares. Targets are going to be increased, and they are going to also give money. It's not going to be a stingy place. So you're going to see suits, fast and furious, babes and girls, and which in turn invites 100 only, 500 only, one night. Okay, one shot. How much? Okay, you're going to get many more extracurricular service providers, escorts, massage therapists, for blood circulation and happy endings. Many of them very bravely, hotels will have a good time. So rooms which are not selling, they'll give you from these apps. Okay, married couples, unmarried couples, all that will also sell. And many men are going to be very happy and very relaxed, because you need to relax all the stress and tension, the adrenaline, the testosterone. You need to relax yourself. Apart from the expensive cars. Oh yes, and there'll be too much of showing off. So a guy who can afford a Toyota, you'll see the full options Toyota. You'll see a full sound system. You'll see an amazing dress. You'll see Gucci shoes. You'll see amazing perfume, and his beard and mustache and everything will be trimmed, and they will look like the new generation of happening entrepreneurs, dynamic professionals, young men. And women also will be hot and sexy and single, unfortunately. But this is the life that is going to be portrayed there. So you have to be with a little bit of bling, a lot of show off, and you need to show yourself larger than life, because that is what works in Dubai. There'll be a lot more Habibi, come to Dubai, limitless pools and meetings in 5-star hotels, and they will do their shopping in $1 stores, cheap, when nobody's watching, but they'll flaunt the faster. In fact, don't be surprised if the latest iPhones, latest Samsung phones, latest gadgets all get sold out. You'll wonder how, because everyone's living on debt, everyone's spending money. Banks will love giving you free credit cards, free loans, free all this and that, because even they need to some part of the action. Okay, which in turn leads to number 9. There'll be many more temptations, much more debt floating in the market, more scammers, more gold diggers, more open sex, more liquor sales, more cigarettes, more unhealthy lifestyle, more marriage issues, more tension, more scams. Oh, much more scams. Expect that. And number 10, last if not the least, my prediction here is there'll be a stark pressure for the people who are earning the big salaries at the top, who are there. Whether it's Emirati, whether it's anyone else, there will be pressure. And since they can't terminate the Emiratis, the people who are earning the big salaries, the old dinosaurs, they will be asked to leave, or they'll be replaced, or new management will come there, make their life miserable, and they will leave, or they will search for other jobs. And they'll end up with, if they were earning 20, 30,000, they'll be forced to accept 15, 20,000, a little bit less because you have to survive. And the big dinosaurs, or the big guys with the big positions, they'll be like, Kali Wali, I don't need to take shit. I've taken shit enough and more in my life. Now I can get purple visa, red visa, blue visa, green visa, gold visa, silver visa, investment visa, business visa, free zone visa, all the visas in the world. Every visa will be available. So they'll take out something or another to save their ego, because they can't go back home. Because what the hell will you do back home? Nobody wants to take their money that they didn't pay tax and suddenly have to pay money. They don't want to restart again by going to Canada, Australia, any of these foreign countries. So they'll live and die in UAE, because that is their comfort zone and they can afford it. And their ego and their pride and their track record will not allow them to go back. There'll be a lot of visas being sold left, right and center. Yes. There'll be pressure to employ Emiratis much more. The high quality ones will only focus on the government. The other ones who want an easy salary, half from the government, half from companies, they'll continue working. Companies will keep trying to find loopholes in the system. That will be an ongoing problem which many companies will face, but that's a problem they're ready to face. You could say the top management, they will increase very good salaries. They will love and enjoy their life. The Emiratis, nobody's going to touch them. Ladies will always, oh, la, 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 la. Yes, no problem. But it's not going to be all of them enjoying. They're not going to be dumb. They're going to study abroad. They're going to get their master's degree. They're going to have good command of the English language. But they will always enjoy being lazy, because why not? I'm getting good and easy money. The corporate racism will always be there. That is never going to end. So the 20% big salary. The rest of the staff, especially Indians, they'll have to work like dogs. Not the upper management, the slightly middle and lower. You'll be compensating for the salaries that are being paid there, and you'll work like a dog in order to prove yourself. And the new generation that is coming, they will be like headless chicken, running everywhere, trying to get a job, trying to be super smart on social media, on LinkedIn, bragging, showing off, whatever. But in real life, they're going to keep being struggling. And LinkedIn is going to be in UAE, or Middle East, is going to be with a cesspool of fraudsters, scammers, sexual deviants, and employers who have the power to give you a job, but will enjoy calling you to come, let's meet up for a cup of coffee, just talk. And you might be a person with values and not take shit, but there will be a lot others who will be like, this is a necessary evil. I have to survive. I have to sustain. Oh, by the way, very important. School fees going to go right up to the top. You're going to get brutally destroyed paying the school fees. Quality of education, more or less the same. Nothing is going to change drastically, because they are centers of profit-making focus. All this, the school of the year and this and that, they can be bought and sold. Well, there'll be a lot of these performance awards and best company of the year and best new. That is all paid advertisement. Health sector is going to be expensive, but you will be forced to take all the tests. You'll be forced to take all the medicines they're giving. A lot of pharmacies will pop up and sell medicines here and there. Just as you can get steroids across the counter, medicines will be sold like peanuts across the counter, not officially, because people don't want to go to a doctor. But stress levels will be damn high. Brands that survived very many years, the owner would most probably want to sell, because, how much headache can you take? And the restaurants that they sell, they are actually not doing very well, but they put on a fake facade. So expect a lot of audited financials to be fake. And there'll be a lot of people who sold a hype, lied on their CVs, took a big salary, and they will escape before they get caught. That means they'll resign and run away. So the project that they undertook and the entire team will be in trouble, and most probably all of them will end up being terminated because that guy ran away. So expect that also. Anyway, this is my prediction for Dubai UAE 2025. You can let me know whether you agree, disagree. What do you think? I love to read your comments. Feel free, comment down below. This is me signing off. And as usual, if you need my services, I'm here for you, baby. Consultation, resume rebrand, interview coaching, mentoring. You just want to talk to me? You know who to call. You guys take care. Any other information, feel free, send it to me privately on my email. It'll be kept confidential. You guys take care. Chalo, bye.